In former President Donald Trump's hush money trial today, we're awaiting a judge's decision on whether to hold him in contempt of court and fine him.
A former National Enquirer publisher is also back testifying. Sean Lewis joining us now with the latest details on the trial. Sean.
Yeah, Pat and Dina, as you mentioned, that gag order, the very first thing that there was a hearing for early this morning, prosecutors pointing to 10 posts of the former president's social media account and campaign website they say violated that order, barring him from making any public statements about witnesses, jurors, or prosecutors involved in the case. The judge has not ruled on that yet, and even though the order is only for those 3 subjects, which is common in many cases, after the hearing, Trump exercised his First Amendment rights by posting on social media that Judge Juan Merchan had taken away his right to free speech. Donald Trump did not talk about the trial as he arrived to the Manhattan courtroom Tuesday morning. On this second day of testimony, David Pecker, the former publisher of the National Enquirer tabloid, is back on the stand, detailing the early days of the Trump campaign and how Pecker signed on to help his longtime friend in his run for president. Pecker, prosecutors say, worked with Trump and his then lawyer and fixer Michael Cohen on a so-called catch-and-kill strategy to buy up negative stories about Trump during the 2016 campaign and then not publish them, including a $150,000 payment to former Playboy model Karen McDougal to suppress claims of a year-long affair. The backbone of the state's case, though, revolves around a payment made to porn star Stormy Daniels, who claims to have had a sexual relationship with Trump. While Trump denies the affair, prosecutors allege that Trump instructed Cohen to pay off Daniels and then reimburse Cohen, making it look like a payment for legal services. The crime, they say, came from Trump falsifying business records to hide the true nature of those payments. In opening statements on Monday, prosecutors claim Trump illegally corrupted the 2016 presidential election to his own benefit. Trump's attorneys calling him an innocent, everyday man who is being subjected to a case the government, quote, should never have brought. This is the first of 4 criminal trials Donald Trump is facing in the New York hush money case. He faces 34 felony counts punishable by up to 4 years in prison. In the newsroom, Sean Lewis, WGN News.